Yes, everyone, I'm back again. I promised this the other day. I genuinely didn't have any time to get this out. But yeah, I've been very busy with work and just other things going on. But the football shirt grind has not stopped. So this is the part two that I promised the other day, but I'm gonna add some new ones on top of it. The total I've spent on this particular lot is about £90. My total spend altogether is now up to £358, and I've already recouped about £242 of that back. So the likes and the support on the video, although a few have been minimal, have been great, but I've had a few people messaging me on Depop to say they found the video first before they found the Depop. And again, it's exactly what I'm after, just more exposure. I do post stuff on my Instagram. It's more just to show when things have sold or when new things have come in. I do like to keep people in the loop. But yeah, I'm going to get started now. I say this lot is about £90 worth, and I'm going to show you what I've got, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about it and tell you what I'm planning on listing on. So the first up, we've got a Ivory Coast home shirt. I believe this was from the 2010-2011 season. They did wear this in the African Cup of Nations. It's a size small. I do try and get a lot of stuff that's just like immaculate if I can. This is brilliant considering I don't know if it's going to show up very well. It's like a mesh material. Considering that and the age of it, it's fantastic. Like the badge is felt, there's nothing peeling away on it, or the Puma badges are still on it. No damages to the back or anything like that. I paid £12 for that. That has been listed up for £20. Next up, we've got, this is a bit of a mad one. It's the Leicester 2014-2015 shirt. So it was the season before they won the Premier League. It's got Premier League patches on it, but no name on the back. I've very kindly been put in touch with somebody on Instagram who can provide printing on the shirts. I paid £12 for this. I'm planning on listing it for £20. I will put on the listing that if you want to buy it and you want to know somebody who does the printing, I'll put you in touch with that person. The guy does it for about, at foreign name sets, I believe he gets for about £11, and I think the Premier League ones you can get for £14. So it does add a bit more value to the shirt. I could easily be one of those people who gets all sorts printed on it and then sells them on for 50-60 quid. I'm not going to do that. This shirt's immaculate. So it's a Puma, it's a medium. With a lot of Puma stuff, it tends to be a little bit smaller, but it looks pretty true to size to me as a medium. If I were to get printing on it, maybe Vardy, Ajoa, maybe Huth, or my personal favourite would be Esteban Cambiasso. I'd love to get that printed on the shirt, but I'll list that up. If you are interested and you do want to buy it, I'll put you in touch with the guy who does the printing if you're interested in that. So yeah, hopefully £20 for that one. Moving on, we've got a Manchester United third shirt from 2018-2019. I love this top. I actually lived in Manchester around this time, and I lived, honestly, opposite Old Trafford. Yeah, it's a really weird one. My missus ended up doing a PhD in Manchester, and I went along with her, and we ended up living there, and I got to go past Old Trafford every day on my way into work. But yeah, that's a lovely top that. Again, it's a men's medium. It's absolutely perfect. There's no stitching coming away. The Chevrolet is perfect. And for once, the Chevrolet goes with the colour scheme of the shirt. I hate that sponsor on United shirts. I think it looks terrible. But this particular shirt, it's lovely. It all matches together. No pulls, no threadbares, nothing like that. I believe I paid £10 for this. So again, I'll be looking for about £20 for it. The sort of the bare minimum I'll try and make is £10 on everyone, because it gives me a profit and gives me more to be able to make these videos. Next up, you'll notice I've got a Chelsea shirt behind me there. I've got a few more. Basically, I've had a few people asking where I source the shirts from. It's either eBay. I've bought a few on Depop, which I have sold on, which is included the New York City one. I bought that on Depop and made a quick profit on it. I do a lot of buying on Facebook Marketplace, oddly enough, and some of the bargains you can get are wild. That Chelsea shirt was one of them. This one is the 2015-16 third shirt. It is a size large, I want to say. Yeah, it's a size large. It's a lovely top. Just the black and the white on it. Black and white kits are great anyway, but just the little fleck of reds from the Yokohama tyres. It's a lovely shirt. They didn't win much this season. They won the Premier League the year before, and then this is sort of when they first started coming off. But I remember Pedro having an absolutely unbelievable year when they wore this kit. But there's that Chelsea shirt behind me, and there's two more. It was a job lot on Facebook, buy and sell for £6. I'm going to look for the actual shirts, £20 for each one. And then I've got a couple of training shirts, which I'm going to be hoping for between £12 and £15. But that's the first one. It's a large, it's immaculate condition. If I was a Chelsea fan, I'd absolutely be all over that. Next up, there's no particular order to these, by the way. I've just got them out the wardrobe, and they're either on the floor or on hangers behind me. I've got a lot now, an awful lot. But this is part of the women's job lot that I mentioned in the last video, which I paid £10 for. This is a Marseille, I think it was 2012 home shirt. It's a women's one. Again, the condition is absolutely brilliant. The badge is perfect. Everything on it, and you can see there, it's actually the Marseille coat of arms. It's a lovely top. A lot of women's stuff doesn't sell. I actually really like women's football. My missus used to play quite a bit. She played Sunday League as well last year. So, it's something that I actually quite enjoy. I was at the Etihad for Manchester United, Manchester City, which was the biggest women's game ever. Like, that's crazy to me. That's absolutely insane. I was there. It was a great game. Women's football does get slept on. But yeah, a lot of women's stuff I will buy it. That was part of the job lot. I've listed that up for, I believe, £8. So anywhere between £8 and £10 I'll be happy with. It'd be great as a gift or just as a shirt collector. As I say, I do collect shirts, but I do try and sell some on as well so I can buy a bit more. Next up is part of that same job lot. I love this top. I absolutely love it. It's a Club America 2016. It's a women's shirt again. It's their 100th year anniversary shirt, and this is in a medium. Again, that was part of that job lot. Again, it's absolutely spot on. It's like a wine colour, like a maroon. And when Arsenal had the hybrid kit, it's similar to that. It's just a lovely shirt. It's a women's medium. Again, I think I'm looking for about £10 for that. Moving on, I've got a couple of jackets in it as well. As you noticed, the Celtic one and the last one. I bought this one from the same person. This is from 2006, 2007. It's the Total 90 era. It is missing the Carlin logo, but you can't really tell, to be honest. It's only if you were to know it was there, which I did. I paid £4 for that, and I've listed it up for £15. White stuff tends to get wrecked really easily. This hasn't. Everything's spot on it. The back of the neck, everything. It's all absolutely spot on. That's listed for £15. That is already on there. Moving on, again as part of the Chelsea job lot for 16, I've listed this for 16 for 6. I've listed this for 15. So this is a training shirt from the 2012-2013 season. It's lovely. It's navy and gold. It's absolutely lovely. Again, in perfect condition. The guy who sold them to me, well, he didn't sell them to me, he gave them to me, and I just paid the postage. He just basically said he fell out of love for football, which he said Chelsea weren't doing great and he hated it. I'm an Everton fan, so I just think I feel. Yeah, that's listed. That's on there. £15. Any offers, send them my way. We'll have a little talk. Moving on again, here's the last one from that job lot. This is from 2011. So it's another Chelsea training shirt. This is from the season they won the Champions League when Villas-Boas was sacked and Di Matteo took over. I love this top. It's plain white. It's got the black accents to it. It's got like a yellow. I thought it was gold at first. It's not. It's a yellow piping, and then like the blue in keeping with the Chelsea colour. It's in perfect condition again. I do wash a lot of the stuff. Some stuff does need washing. This one in particular probably would do because there's a few tiny little specks down at the bottom there. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. If you get something like the whitening stuff, that'll easily come out. So again, another £12 to £15, and that is yours. Next up is the last of the women's job lot. It's a Germany 2011 home shirt, which they wore during the 2011 Women's World Cup, which they hosted, and they lost to eventual winners Japan in the first knockout round. It's just a lovely top. I think the actual German national team wore this for a little while. The badge is gold, so the 2 stars to reflect their 2 World Cup wins. So you've got, I don't speak very good German, so I'm not going to bother with that. It's got the slogan on the top there. It's got the Germany badge on the back, which is a little bit cracked. Anywhere between £8 to £10, I'll be looking for that. It's another women's large. Lovely gift, lovely present, lovely for a collector. And then next up, I've just sold this one, but I'll show it anyway because I didn't get time to show it on the last one. It's a 2018 Brazil away shirt, and that is in a large. the guy I bought it off on eBay provided photos of the tags, and the listing that he made, the code on the tag actually linked to a proper one, and then he sent me a fake one, which is what I said in a previous video. You've got to be very careful. I'm not necessarily an expert in any way at this. I've only just recently picked it up, and I've been done a couple of times, and that's one example. I made a loss on that. I sold it for £10 today. I just wanted rid of it, really. But to be honest, as fakes go, that's great. I mean, I went through a phase a little while ago of buying fake shirts from China, and as a fake go, it's great. It's only if you know like telltale signs to look out for. I mean, even this is like the rubbery material, which you don't tend to get on a lot of fakes. That'll just be like screen printed on. The badge as well. The badge is brilliant. Sometimes this is again sort of like a foamy print, but no, it's spot on. But when I got it, that was the telltale giveaway for me. Was all this flaking off. Yeah, and look at all the stitching hanging out. But I mean, the lads bought it. It's £10. I made a bit of a loss on it, but hey, it's how it goes. But I'm gonna get the shirts behind me down now, so I'm gonna stop this particular part here. Maybe try and edit out if I've got a bit of time. If not, I'll just add it on as the next video. Right, so to start off, it's Cameroon away shirt 2009-2010. This is in a men's XL. I love this top. I really want to keep it. Mrs. is having none of it. She likes the football shirts that I buy. She hates this one. She absolutely despises it. But again, for its age, 2009-2010, the Cameroon, everything, all the stitching on it's perfect. There's no marking. The lion there is again fantastic. All the puma is all the stitchings in it. The print on the front of the shirt's great. Even this down the bottom here, which was like the little Puma football logo, which they used back then, it's immaculate. There's no cracking on it or nothing like that. I'm going to list that up. I paid £10 for it. Again, I'm going to probably hope for about £15 to £20 for it. I love that shirt. It's a brilliant shirt. Not one that you see in many people's collections. So, you know, if you're interested, hit me up for that one. Next up, I love this top. It's a Newcastle United 2013-2014 home shirt, I believe, from when they had Papi Cisse, Hatem Ben Arfa, Johan Cabaye, Fabrizio Colacini, Mike Williamson, and players of that ilk. It's a great top. It's in a UK large, so it's a men's large again. I paid £5 for that. I'm hoping anywhere between 15 and 20. Again, this would be absolutely brilliant for a Newcastle fan with the printing on it. So if you want to know the guy who does the printing on Instagram, please let me know. That would be fantastic with Ben Arfa, again, Cisse, Cabaye. Unfortunately, I think that's the season Cabaye actually left them in the January to go to PSG when they were having an unbelievable season under Pardew. And it's just a lovely top. The blue on it isn't very typical of Newcastle, but the gold and the black, and obviously the black and white stripes are. Yeah, that's a lovely top. So again, anywhere between 15 and 20, and you can go ahead and grab yourself a bargain there. Next up, as part of the Chelsea job lot, is, I believe this was 2010, 2011. I'm just going to check the tag. I'm lying. It's 2014, 2015. This was the last season that they won the Premier League, and they won it under Jose Mourinho. I believe it was Didier Drogba's last season at the club as well. This top is great. It's like the normal royal blue, and then it's got a darker blue gradient in it. I love this top. I absolutely love it. It's perfect again. It has already been washed. I've listed this one up for £20 again. Again, it was part of the £6 job lot. So because I got 4, if you work it out, it's about £1.50 each for the shirts. So I'll be taking the profit, and any Chelsea fan is getting themselves some lovely tops. They had the likes of Hazard, Terry, Drogba, Diego Costa, Oscar. It was just a really good time for Chelsea. Willian as well when he was in his pomp. It's just a lovely shirt. It's one of the best Chelsea shirts in recent memory. That would again be amazing with probably Drogba on it as like a collector to frame. So again, if you want to know, get in touch with me if you're buying the shirt, and I'll let you know who that guy is on Instagram. I'll only sort of let you know if you're buying the shirt, because otherwise he's going to get swamped and that'll start flooding the market with fake prints, and nobody really wants that. Because you could get done for that. Not done for it, but if somebody calls you out on it. Some of the bigger guys have been getting called out on not knowing valuations for stuff, which is crazy if you think about it, but then you look a bit more into it and it is kind of true. So, you know, I don't want to be giving out details that could potentially incriminate other people's. Technically, it's a small business. I don't want to be doing that. Right, we've got, I think, about two more. This is a Manchester City 2018-19 away shirt. One of the best kits to come out in recent memory. The colour is absolutely brilliant. It's like a navy, then the sky blue, and then like the luminous green colour that they've had for a little while and that they used in the past. It's got Bernardo 20 on the back. I loved this kit again. I was in two minds about whether to buy it back in like 2018, and I never ever got around to doing it. I went to the City store a couple of times, and I did go to a couple of Champions League games when I was living in Manchester. I was so tempted to get it, and I never did. I could never find one in my size. I did manage to find one in large with the Bernardo on the back. I paid £12 for that on Depop. I'll be looking for anywhere between £25 and £30 for that. I only say that because I did have, hopefully I'll pop it up on the screen for you now. It was this season's home shirt with De Bruyne 17 on the back. And I sold that to a guy I used to work with. I sold that to him for 30. So this shirt being a little bit nicer, being Nike as well rather than the Puma stuff, I think that's definitely easily a £25 or £30 sale. And then the last of the piece is the rarest one. I've had conversations with a few other people about the shirt, about how much they think it's worth. I actually paid £6 for this on eBay. It's a 2011-2012 Rangers away shirt. It is a long sleeve, absolutely immaculate condition. There's not a bobble on it, there's not a thread pull on it. The best part is it is printed Kyle Lafferty, not the best name in the world, but to Rangers fans, he was a good player. Again, it's an immaculate shirt. This is a men's medium, so it's absolutely going nowhere near me. It's just like a really iconic time. It was when Ali McCoist first took over at the club, and Nikita Jelavic scored, I believe, 14 goals in that season before he ended up coming over to us, to Everton, and he had a great time, well, a great 6 months with us before being moved on eventually. But that is a lovely shirt. I paid £6-7 for it. I've listed it up at the moment for £45, and that is roughly around what a couple of other people have told me that it's worth. If I get that for it, that's absolutely fantastic. If you're a Rangers fan, that's a lovely shirt to have in your collection. If you're a shirt collector, it's just a great shirt to have. I mean, if you go to like the classic football shops, I don't know if you've been to them in London. I've been to the pop-up one in Liverpool, that's been there a few times, and I've frequented the Manchester one. And some of the stuff they sell there is tat. You know, some of it is just pure rubbish, like Yeovil Town 2018 shirt, and they want like £45 for it. So you're getting a shirt that's nearly 10 years old, it's long sleeve, which makes it rarer, and it's got perfect printing on the back. So that's why it's been valued at that. But that was just a quick one, just to let you know I am thinking of buying more. As I get to a certain point, I might jack it in, and it's getting a bit out of hand. I've not really got much storage space for it. But again, the support's been fantastic. Thank you so much for all of it. If you want to buy anything, you can hit me up on Depop. You can hit me on Instagram. The links to them are down in the description below. And once again, guys, thanks very much and take care.